Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Um, I am here obviously in a different scenery than normal. I'm not in my car. Actually at home. Today is Tuesday afternoon. I got ready for work this morning, got in my car as usual, headed down the road, and I started feeling nauseous. Um, like just nauseous, like I was gonna, you know. And I'm in my car and I'm like looking around, like, oh my God, I don't have a bag or anything. So the first thought was, let me get somewhere where I can get some ginger ale to settle my stomach. And I got to a CVS. I got to, they had ginger ale. And it was weird because the guy was, I mean, this was like seven, I don't know, quarter to 8 this morning, or maybe a little earlier than that, between 7:30 and 7:45 this morning. So there's not a lot of people out. I mean, of course, people going to work, but like there's no one at the CVS but me and this guy when I walked in. I mean, he worked there, and it was real creepy. Like first, I walked in, and he looked at me, and he was an older gentleman. It's not like he was, like a younger person. He looked at me, and I spoke, and I don't remember him speaking. He just kind of, you know, gestured or something. I walked in, I got the ginger ale, and then I was trying to make a beeline to the self-service, which is usually where I check out when I go to CVS. And he like insisted that I come to the register, which was kind of weird, but okay, unless I don't know if the self-service, maybe they weren't even open yet. But anyway, so he rang me up. It was just, the whole thing was creepy. It was just me and him. From what I could tell, it was just me and him in the store. And he just had a real creepy vibe. And I was just like, let me just get out of here as soon as possible. But anyway, that was that. So I got the ginger ale immediately. When I got to my car, I drank it, and I mean, ginger ale has always been my, like, you know, like drink, for healing. Or of course, if you have any kind of stomach upset, stomach or anything. So, and of course ginger tea and all that, but I mean, I'm headed to work, so, that was the closest thing I could think of. So when I got back to my car, like I said, I'm drinking the ginger ale. And I'm like, I got a long commute because I was only like, I wasn't even a third way into my commute. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to chance it. I don't feel like being sick on the road or, when I get to my job. I'm going back home. I'm going back home. So that's what I did. I turned around. I texted my boss. I was like, yo, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go home and take a sick day today. And yeah, that's what I'm doing today. And she had no problem with it. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, that you're not feeling well, feel better. There was nothing major going on in my office today, so it was no biggie. And so I came back home. And, while I was headed back home and all, my sister kept calling me. First thing I did, I went to the supermarket because I was right across the street, actually, from the supermarket. I was at the CVS, but across the street from the supermarket. Let me go to the supermarket. I wanted to get some prunes. Now, I have prune juice, which I've taken, which really didn't do anything for me. But I was told that the actual prune is what I need to take because the prune has the fiber. So, okay, I went I was watching a video last night and they were talking about prunes. So I was like, let me get these prunes. So I got the prunes, and while I'm there, I grabbed a couple other things, and then I just head in the car and came on home. And I'm like, yeah. And so got back here probably, I don't know, 8:30-ish, or maybe not even, probably maybe like 8:15 or something. Laid down and just crashed. And it's weird because I've been having trouble sleeping. Like really, like these last few nights, like really, like with this whole constipation situation, like I can't get comfortable. My stomach, I have to sleep on my back pretty much, or on my side, and it's just uncomfortable. And so it's like I have to get in a specific position in order to get comfortable. I put one pillow, on this side, one pillow on that side. And it's crazy. So at night, it's hard for me to get a good night's sleep. I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in forever. Anyway, I came home, got into bed. I was out. And like I said, my sister called me a couple times, and I was just like, I'll call her later. Like I wasn't in the mood to talk, and and then she texted me too, and I mean, she was really concerned. She said she had called me a couple times, and she said if I don't respond soon, she was just gonna call my job, which is weird because she's never called my job before. So it was just weird that she picked up on that there was something going on. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I slept for a while. I got up I think around 10 o'clock. Probably just used the bathroom, and then what else? I didn't have any water, because the water, again, I'm trying to get my water in every day. I'm having at least four bottles of water every day. And quite frankly, part of that, I believe, is keeping me up at night, or keeping me, But today I have no water, this morning at least. And I guess that helped me to just sleep, to just rest, to get the rest that I needed. So I finally got up at 12. I was like, oh, I gotta get up. I can't be just sleeping a day away. And so I got up, I threw a load of laundry in the machine, and then I said, because I was watching another video last night, I get my money's worth with YouTube, what is it, YouTube Prime or whatever, YouTube Premium, whatever. I get my money's worth because I watch a lot of videos. So anyway, last night I watched a video about a guy who was talking about vitamin D. Now I take vitamin D supplements, but I did run out. My naturopath doctor that I go to, she had prescribed a higher dosage of vitamin D for me when I first met with her and had blood work done, because my vitamin D level was so low. So she prescribed a higher dosage. So when I recently got blood work again with her, my vitamin D level had come up. So she re-prescribed, my vitamin D to a different prescription, to a lower prescription. But I still had a bunch of the old prescription left over. So I was just letting that run out. But I didn't realize I had run out. And, just with everything going on, I ran out, but I forgot to refill. And so I guess it's been a couple weeks now that I haven't been taking my vitamin D supplements. So anyway, last night I happened to stumble across a video. This guy was actually a doctor. He's a vitamin D expert. And he was just really reiterating how important, and I know this, how important vitamin D is. And, he really stresses natural sunlight is really the primary source of vitamin D that you really want. And of course, if you can't get that, if take your supplements. He even mentioned he takes vitamin D supplements. So it had me thinking that I need to get back on track with my vitamin D supplements. So I ordered them. I'm just waiting for them. Hopefully they'll be here soon. But then he shared this story, which was really interesting, about a kid who had, and I don't remember if the kid had leukemia or some type of disease, illness. And he was in the hospital and he was dying. He was dying. They gave him 2 days. They told the family to come and say their goodbyes because he had about 2 days left. And so they asked the kid, I mean, the kid was conscious and everything, but he was dying. And they asked the kid, well, like kind of like a final wish, like, what do you want? If there's something that we could grant you, what would you like in these next couple of days? And he said, I want to go outside. I want to go outside. And so they did whatever they had to do at the hospital and they took him outside. And I mean, I don't know how that works. I don't know how long he was out there, or how they had him plugged up to the machines and stuff while he's outside. But they got him outside, and he was outside, I guess, for a while. And then day 2 came, and they were checking his I forget what they said, his white cells or something. And they were looking good. They were like going up, or what they were going in a good direction. And so day 2 came, he was still alive and well. I mean, he was getting better. And then day 3, 4, 5 came, and the kid was still alive. And so this doctor just pointed out, like we do not realize the importance of sunlight. Like, it could literally save your life. So anyway, I say all that to say I was watching that last night along with, again, a bunch of other videos. And I was like, you know what? I ain't been getting my sunlight, my natural sunlight. Forget the supplements. I ain't been getting my sunlight. So today, even though I got all this going on with being nauseous and whatever, I said, I felt a little better after I slept until noon. I mean, I already had, I was already, even though I wasn't sleeping in my work clothes or anything, but I was, I was already, had done my makeup, basically. I had done my makeup and hair or whatnot. So all it took for me to throw on some clothes. And I went out. I said, I'm going to go out. I'm going to run a couple errands and just get some sunlight. And I did that. I ran a couple errands. I mean, of course, I wasn't out there, sunbathing or anything like that. But I was out there, just out in the sun. And then I just sat in my car in a couple different spots, and the sun was, like, I guess beaming on me, or, at least I was there with the sunlight. So anyway, I'm really going to try to get more active and get outside and get some natural sunlight, as well as get back on track with my vitamin D vitamins. That's the moral of the story. But anyway, that's where I'm at today. I'm home. I feel better. It's 3, well, now it's 3:49. It's almost 4 o'clock. I just ate for the first time today. And again, my appetite is, I had some salmon that I brought, I think, over the weekend. And first I froze it, and then I put it in the refrigerator to thaw it out. But I'm like, I don't want it to go much further without eating it. So today I took it out, and I had that for lunch just a little while ago, about a half an hour ago. So that was good, but that was the first time I ate all day, and that I'm not probably gonna eat. I'm not gonna be hungry later on. So that's about it. But I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on with me, where I'm at now. Tomorrow I work remote, so that'll be great. I'll be home anyway, but I'll be working. And then Thursday I'll be back in the office, and I got myself a second bottle of ginger ale just in case. But I do have ginger tea too, which is the preferred, choice of ginger, because I don't need that sugar and all. But in a pinch, when you can't get to some pure ginger or even ginger tea, for me, a ginger ale will work just fine. Anyway, have a great day. Don't forget to like the video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. God bless. Take care.